Chapter 1. The Walls Speak. Echoes of history reverberate through the cold, concrete corridors of this medium-security prison, once a reform school, now a place where lives are confined and stories are unwritten. As the sun sets, the shadows seem to whisper the tales of those who have walked its halls. A gravelly voice cuts through the silence. A former inmate recalls his first day, the dizzying anxiety mixed with the harsh clang of cell doors slamming shut. Laughter bounces off the walls, tinged with nervousness, as newcomers share their fears and hopes. "What have I done?" one mutters, while another responds, "We're not just our past." The narrator weaves these voices together, setting the stage for the raw realities, the unexpected friendships, and the pivotal moments that lie ahead. Here, among the brick and iron, humanity struggles to find its voice, an urgent reminder that behind the bars, these unwritten stories are waiting to be told. Chapter 2. The Arrival. Leo's entry begins with the disorienting sensation of crossing through the prison gates. The cacophony of clattering metal doors and distant voices fills the air, drowning out his thoughts. He recalls the dread that curled in his stomach during the intake process, strip searches, paperwork, and the stifling smell of antiseptic. Despite the shadow of fear, Leo feels an unexpected pulse of camaraderie as he meets fellow inmates, each carrying their own stories etched into their faces. Amidst anxious laughter and hushed whispers, he recalls the shared glances of lost hope and hidden strength. As he navigates the stark cafeteria, the mundane routine of meals exposes the stark realities of confinement. Yet within these interactions, a flicker of humanity ignites. Leo captures the essence of their first days, a testament to the resilience that begins to form among new friends, establishing a fragile sense of community amidst the cold, hard walls. Chapter 3. New Faces. In the dim light of the common area, Leo introduces us to a diverse tapestry of inmates, each with stories etched into their faces. There's Marco, a former mechanic with a quick smile, who reflects on how a moment of anger turned his life upside down. Next to him is Aisha, whose quiet demeanor belies a fierce determination to overcome her past. She shares how she lost her family to circumstances she felt she couldn't control. Through the echoes of their voices, the chapter highlights the nuances of regret, redemption, and the longing for connection. As they gather for meals and activities, the atmosphere shifts from isolation to camaraderie. Laughter punctuates heavier moments, creating bonds formed in shared adversity. The sound of trays clinking and whispered conversations underscores their collective humanity, reminding us that behind each face is a longing for understanding and a hope for tomorrow, even amidst the harsh realities of prison life. Chapter 4. The Routine. In her diary, Clara records her attempts to find meaning amidst the grinding monotony of prison life. She reflects on the daily rituals that govern their existence: wake-up calls at dawn, the clatter of trays during mealtime, and the endless ticking of the clock that seems to mock her yearning for freedom. Yet within this confinement, she discovers solace in the art therapy sessions organized for the women. Clara describes how the gym transforms into a vibrant studio filled with color and laughter, the sound of paintbrushes dancing across canvas, igniting a flicker of hope. As they share stories while creating, she finds kinship with other women, each grappling with their own demons. The atmosphere shifts from stark gray to splashes of creativity, reminding them that even behind bars they can reclaim fragments of joy and self-expression. It's here that Clara begins to realize that healing comes through connection and creativity. Chapter 5. Coping Mechanisms. In the confines of the prison, inmates navigate their intertwined lives through various coping mechanisms. Clara reflects on how creativity becomes a lifeline amid the monotony. As she paints in the art therapy sessions, the strokes of her brush release emotions often trapped within. The sounds of laughter and encouraging chatter fill the room, signifying a bond forged through shared struggle. Leo finds solace in exercise, participating in group workouts that channel his frustrations into physical strength. Amid the rhythmic sounds of feet hitting the concrete floor, he discovers camaraderie with others facing their own battles. Some inmates delve into education, attending classes that foster a sense of purpose and expand their horizons. Through poignant testimonials, they share how these activities ease the weight of confinement, breathing moments of hope into a bleak existence and highlighting the resilience of the human spirit within the harsh realities of prison life. Chapter 6. The Unexpected Friendship. As the workshop unfolded, Leo and Clara found themselves sitting across from each other, both hesitant yet intrigued. It was their first interaction, a subtle clash of personalities, as Leo's rough exterior clashed with Clara's gentle demeanor. Their initial discussions were fraught with misunderstandings, Leo's guarded nature surfacing as Clara probed gently into his past. However, amid the tension, an unexpected spark ignited. Over shared stories of pain and regret, they began to unravel their vulnerabilities. Leo spoke of his struggle with anger and the shadows of his past, while Clara conveyed her profound guilt over her former life as a schoolteacher, desiring to make amends. In quiet moments between their conversations, the sound of shuffling chairs and the distant echoes of laughter filled the air, creating a tapestry of connection. As their friendship blossomed, reflections of trust started to replace their initial apprehension, paving the way for a bond neither had anticipated behind the prison walls. Chapter 7. Facing Demons. In the dim light of the common area, Leo sits with his diary, reflecting on the anger that often overwhelms him. He writes about the explosive confrontations that have marked his time in prison, moments when rage eclipses reason, leaving him feeling more trapped than ever. He recalls a night when a petty argument escalated, resulting in a bruised ego and shattered trust among peers. Meanwhile, Clara grapples with her own internal struggles, haunted by guilt over choices that led her to this place. Through her diary entries, she expresses a deep yearning for forgiveness, not just from others but from herself. Their paths intertwine during a group session, where vulnerability opens a door to understanding. They share their fears, unveiling the scars beneath their hardened exteriors. In this moment of connection, they realize that facing their demons together is the first step toward healing, fostering an unexpected bond forged in shared pain and mutual support. Chapter 8. Tensions Rising. As the days pass in the prison, an unsettling undercurrent of anxiety seeps into the daily rhythms. Inmates share whispers of escalating conflicts and tensions brewing among the various factions within the facility. Leo captures his unease in his diary, detailing the electric atmosphere as small disagreements escalate into heated arguments, echoing throughout the concrete walls. The once vibrant art therapy sessions now feel tainted by apprehension, as Clara reflects on the fragile bonds she's built. Soundscapes immerse the listener in the prison environment, sharp voices raised in frustration and the distant clanging of metal doors heighten the sense of unrest. In dynamic conversations, inmates voice their frustrations, illustrating how the socioeconomic divides and past traumas resurface in the confined setting. As friendships are tested, the community grapples with fear and uncertainty, laying the groundwork for the looming storm that will challenge their resilience. Chapter 9. Breaking Points. The atmosphere within the prison turns electric as tension reaches a boiling point. Leo's diary entry captures the chilling escalation of unrest among the inmates. Discontent simmering for weeks now explodes into chaos. He recounts the eerie quiet before the storm, a collective sense of dread hanging heavily in the air. Suddenly, the unrest erupts. Shouts echo off concrete walls, metal clangs violently, and panic sets in. Leo finds himself caught in the maelstrom, instincts for survival overriding rationality. The sounds of shouting and alarms blur into a cacophony of desperation. In that moment of raw fear, relationships fracture, revealing fragile alliances and the primal instinct to protect oneself. Amidst the turmoil, he witnesses individuals transformed, faces once friendly now filled with rage, as friendships strain under pressure. Leo's reflections carry a weight of resignation and survival, leaving an indelible mark on his journey and foreshadowing the long path of healing that lies ahead. Chapter 10. After the Storm. As the echoes of chaos faded, a heavy silence enveloped the prison. Leo shares the sobering aftermath of the riot in his diary, describing the palpable tension that hung in the air. Inmates move cautiously, their eyes reflecting fear and uncertainty, the sense of safety shattered. Leo recounts how the floors, once bustling with energy, now feel like a graveyard of broken trust. Clara pens her thoughts, expressing a renewed urgency to rebuild connections. Amidst the wreckage, she organizes a gathering for her fellow inmates, seeking to mend fractured relationships. The sounds of hesitant conversations and nervous laughter begin to replace the earlier clamor, signifying the slow return of camaraderie. Together, they share their experiences, confronting the chaos and its emotional toll. This collective vulnerability becomes a stepping stone towards healing, light piercing through the cracks, whispering promises of hope and resilience in the aftermath of despair. Chapter 11. The Turning Point. In the aftermath of the riot, Clara felt an intense urgency to foster healing amidst the chaos. With a blend of determination and hope, she gathered inmates for a meeting to propose a book club, a refuge where stories could transcend the prison walls. The gentle echoes of tentative laughter filled the room as she pitched the idea, revealing how literature had always been a solace for her in difficult times. As the first book was chosen, the atmosphere shifted. Enthusiasm sparked in their eyes. Conversations flowed, transforming from guarded exchanges to deep discussions about characters and themes they resonated with. The audio captures snippets of lively dialogues interspersed with moments of profound silence, reflecting the shared vulnerability of their experiences. Participants reveal how the stories they read mirror their struggles, fostering empathy within the group and igniting a flame of hope and redemption. For the first time, they begin to envision a future beyond the bars. Chapter 12. Learning Together. In the warm, flickering light of the community room, the book club buzzes with enthusiasm. Clara opens the discussion with a passage from a beloved novel, inviting the inmates to connect their own experiences with the story. As pages turn, voices resonate, sharing insights on themes of loss, redemption, and hope. Leo, inspired by the conversation, hesitantly shares his reflection on a character's struggle with anger, echoing his own battles behind bars. The atmosphere shifts as laughter mingles with moments of deep contemplation, revealing the healing power of storytelling. Each inmate offers a piece of their soul, fostering a sense of camaraderie that transcends their circumstances. Amongst the clinking of cups and the rustling of pages, walls once filled with despair begin to resonate with newfound understanding. The book club becomes a sanctuary, a space where for a brief moment they embrace the possibility of transformation through shared stories and collective learning. Chapter 13. Preparing for Release. In the hushed confines of the prison library, Leo and Clara gather with fellow inmates for a heartfelt discussion about life beyond the bars. As they share fears of reintegration, Clara's voice trembles, revealing her concerns about acceptance in a world that has moved on without her. Leo, reflecting on his journey, encourages Clara to embrace her past as part of her identity, emphasizing growth over guilt. The quiet clatter of books being set down punctuates their conversation, a reminder of the knowledge acquired within these walls. Voices rise and fall, filled with hope and uncertainty, as each inmate articulates their dreams, finding jobs, reconnecting with family, and building new lives. Amidst the vulnerability, a sense of camaraderie emerges, binding them together as a community, even as they prepare to part ways. The weight of anticipation hangs in the air, blending with the bittersweet reality of their upcoming freedom.